The story they told you was a lie. Cinderella wasn't the innocent scullery girl saved by a fairy godmother. No, the real Cinderella died screaming in the cinders she was named for. And the one who wore her glass slippers was far older and far more patient. Her real name had long been forgotten. She had once been a noble woman, married to a wealthy baron, mother to two wretched daughters whose hearts were as twisted as dried roots. But youth decays, and wealth fades. When her husband died, mysteriously his throat slid ear to ear like a smirking jack-o'-lantern, the servants whispered. They left soon after, and she was left with nothing but dust and rot. Then came the baron's bastard child, born of a chambermaid, hidden until death revealed her existence. Cinderella, sweet, stupid, and beautiful, walked into their crumbling estate like spring through a crypt. She was barely 15 and ripe with promise. She had her father's fortune, and worse, she had hope. The woman the witch watched her, measured her. She knew the flesh of the young carried power, and skin, when carefully peeled, when boiled and treated with the right mix of lye and crushed bone, could be worn, not like a mask, as a new life. It took weeks. She fed Cinderella posies laced with hemlock, bathed her in oils that softened the skin like wax. Cinderella grew pale, quiet, and trusting. Then one night, under a moon blind with shadow, the woman took her. She slit her from ankle to ear, humming an old lullaby as she peeled her down to the ribs. She climbed inside her like a glove. The spell clung with a hiss. Bones bent, teeth cracked and rearranged, and when she smiled, she had her smile. She burned the husk in the hearth how fitting, and smeared soot on her cheeks for effect. The daughters didn't recognize their new stepsister. No one did. The prince's ball was approaching, and in Cinderella's stolen grace, she walked into court like a Wolf in a borrowed veil. He fell for her, of course. Princes are shallow things, and when she bled on the inside of the glass, slipper from the sewn-off toes, and split heel, she only smiled wider. Pain meant permanence. They married within the week. On their wedding night, the prince undressed her, kissed her neck, and recoiled. Something moved beneath her skin. Something shifted. The stitching near her hip had come loose, and a sliver of grayed flesh peeked through like rot under wallpaper. He screamed. She opened her mouth, too wide, too dark, and whispered Cinderella's real name, her soul still trapped inside the teeth. She'd eaten just enough of it to keep her quiet, but not enough to let her go. Now, she rules in Cinderella's place. The slippers sit on the mantel, dull and red-stained, and sometimes, in the dark halls of the castle, the servants say they hear sobbing from the hearth, as if someone still burns in there, unable to die. After all, you don't get your fairy tale ending without sacrificing someone else's.